you. So as you can see, this is the North Star candidate they are looking for, and you should make sure that you can show them how much of this you embody in order to get the scholarship. Hello everybody, thank you so much for being here. I'm extremely excited to share with you our topic for today, which is going to be how you are going to move to China for free in 2024. And because we are on this channel, we are going to be talking about a study path. And what am I talking about? This is called the Schwarzman Scholarship, and you can use that in order to move to China for free in 2024. Okay, so in this video, what we are going to do is I'll take you through a step-by-step process on how to apply for this particular opportunity, and then in the second part of the video, I'm going to tell you about the strategy that you are going to use to make sure that you ace this opportunity. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense to rush through, submit an application, and you get rejected, right? You need a strategy. So at the end of the video, follow up and I'll give you the strategy that you need to use. And I have prepared worksheets to guide you from the start right through till the end of this particular scholarship. And also I have one-on-one mentorship to hold your hand and guide you to make sure that you get the scholarship. So if you want the worksheets or you want a one-on-one mentorship, the link is in the description box. Click on it, sign up, and the service is going to be available to you. So for now, let's get to my laptop and I'm going to show you step by step how you can apply for this opportunity. Here we are on the website of the Schwarzman Scholarship. This is a fully funded scholarship for international students to go study at Tsinghua University. And when you come here, the first thing that you need to pay attention is, this is like just the general information about the scholarship. You come, read the eligibility, make sure you're eligible, read all of the details about the scholarship, and then this is where I want you all to focus on, because this is what we are going to talk about. So as you can see here, current selection cycle, countdown to September 19, 2023, which is the application deadline. We still have 90 days to go, so you have a long time. This is a sample of what you are going to see inside the application system. It starts with application instructions. You're going to read through it, and then the first thing is personal information. You have to provide all of your personal information, date of birth, gender, all of those things you need to provide it. And then you need to create an about me profile. They want you to give a background about yourself. So you're going to provide all of that information, and then a resume or a curriculum vitae. So most of the time you will just have to upload, as you can see here, upload your most recent curriculum vitae. So work on it, make sure your CV is good to go, and then you have to upload it. The next thing that you're going to do is a video introduction, and it says here, provide a link to your 1-minute video introduction. Refer to the instructions in the application guidelines. A video introduction is highly recommended, but it's not required. If you're unable to, maybe due to technical issues, please provide a brief explanation. If you can, please provide this video introduction. They want to get to know you, who you are, how is your confidence like, how do you talk to a camera, because the idea is this is a leadership scholarship, so they want to see if you are a leader. That is what they are trying to determine in that video. So make sure you submit the video. And then what are your interests like, reapplicant information. Then now they want to see education. List only undergraduate and graduate degrees completed. They don't want you to take us right down to high school. Okay, list all of those things. You put the institution, your GPA, that is what is extremely important. Your transcripts, you're going to have to upload those. Language skills, they want to see, can you communicate in the English language, especially if you are not a native of an English language country. So now they have the scores that they are looking for here. In case you're not, you have to provide that. And then leadership roles, we are going to talk about this in the strategy. Awards and recognition, they want to see what awards have you gotten. Professional experience, this is actually optional. It says here list up to 2 full-time work experiences, but it says here if you're a student and you don't have any full-time employment, you're not required to complete this section. So this is optional. If you've worked, you put it there. If you haven't, it's okay. And then the essays, we are going to get more into the essays in the second part, because that is part of the strategy, because this is the core of the application. The essays are extremely important. So you're going to have to provide 2 essays. One of the essays is called a leadership essay, which is 750 words. And then the next one is a statement of purpose, which is going to be 500 words that you have to upload, okay? And then you need recommendations. Your recommendation letters have to be extremely strong. You really need to go through a process. I posted on Twitter the other day about the steps that you should follow in order to write, ask for recommendation letters, and what your professor should put in the recommendation letters. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn or on Twitter, please go follow me there and read that post, because that is extremely important. You need strong recommendation letters. And then when that is done, you need to show like any disciplinary, like have you been indicted before, have you had any issues with the law before, and then additional information, anticipated location for interviews, maybe you're going to be in your home country, and then military service, have you done anything, signature, review, and then a status page. Now that you already know all the details that you are required to provide in your application, let's talk strategy. Don't just get into the scholarship blinded. It's important to sit down with yourself and come up with a strategy. And in coming up with a strategy, the most important thing for us to know is, what are they looking for? What is the scholarship provider looking for? And how can I make myself in a way where I will be that candidate that will satisfy and check all of the boxes that they are looking for, such that I can be picked and granted the scholarship. So let's talk about what we are looking for. As you can see here, they actually state it clearly. Our cohort of global leaders reflects the diversity, vibrancy, and promise of the world at large. Schwarzman Scholars embrace the opportunity to understand other cultures, perspectives, and positions. Candidates who are most qualified to meet the high demands of the program must exhibit excellence in the following areas. We have leadership abilities, exemplary character and integrity, academic aptitude and intellectual ability, empathy and intercultural competency, open-mindedness, and entrepreneurial spirit. Remember, it is not just for you to show these things, but this is for you to be excellent at it. So that is our North Star. The idea of getting a scholarship is you create a North Star candidate of what they are looking for, and then you walk your way with your application to see that you can embody all of these qualities of what they are looking for. So now I'm going to tell you about, we'll discuss each of them, how you should present yourself to show that you have each of these qualities, and the things that you should do in your application to tell them that this is me. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I am good enough for this scholarship. As usual, I have my notes because I want to make sure that I give you all proper information. So the first thing that they are looking for in this ideal candidate is leadership abilities. So how can you show that you have been a leader? The things that you have to pay attention to is, first, you have to highlight any leadership roles that you have held in academic, extracurricular, or professional settings. You have to describe the specific projects or initiatives that you led, and you have to provide collaboration that shows like collaboration, effective decision making. How did you inspire other people? And you have to discuss what instances in this did you take initiative. And as you all know me, I am going to give you all more details about it, so you can say that as the president of my university student council, I spearheaded several initiatives aimed at enhancing student engagement and well-being. One notable project was the establishment of a peer mentoring program where senior students provided guidance to support incoming freshmen. By organizing training sessions, fostering mentor-mentee relations, and implementing feedback mechanisms, we witnessed a significant improvement in the freshman retention rate. The next candidate, the ideal thing they are looking for is exemplary character. So what instances have been in your life where you showed exemplary character? Here you have to show examples of ethical decision making and personal integrity, okay? You have to discuss instances specific where you demonstrated honesty, accountability, a strong moral compass. You have to show that. And also, you have to highlight your commitment to ethical behavior and the well-being of other people. And you have to discuss what challenging situations came your way that you were able to display this ethical behavior in handling. Let me give you an example of how you can answer this question. It says here, during my internship at a global corporation, I encountered a situation where colleagues suggested manipulating data to present a more favorable outcome in a report. Despite the pressure to comply, I firmly stood my ground and proposed an alternative approach that aligned with ethical standards. This decision required courage and integrity as it involved challenging a superior's authority. Ultimately, my stance was appreciated and our team was able to find a more honest and sustainable solution, maintaining the organization's integrity. Can you see how good that is? And then the next thing that they're asking for is the next candidate that they are looking for. You need to demonstrate academic aptitude and intellectual ability. So here you have to emphasize academic achievements. It can be awards that you've gotten, scholarships that you've gotten, some research projects that you've gotten, anything you need to demonstrate it. Discuss intellectual curiosity, you have to talk about this. And then you have to highlight instances where you went beyond and required coursework and engaged in independent study and research. So now let's discuss an example of how you can demonstrate this, okay? So it says here, as part of my undergraduate studies in astrophysics, I embarked on a research project investigating the properties of black holes. The project demanded an extensive literature review, enhanced mathematical modeling, and data analysis. Despite the complexity, I immersed myself in the subject matter, collaborated with professors, and conducted experiments to validate my hypothesis. Can you see somebody who is curious? Other thing that they are looking for is empathy and intercultural competency. Remember, you are going to be leaving your country and going to a different country in order to study a different culture, different people. So they want to see, are you somebody who has this emotional intelligence? So it says here, share experiences where you interacted with individuals from diverse backgrounds, demonstrate your ability to adapt in different cultural contexts, and discuss instances where you actively sought to understand and appreciate different perspectives. So this is what they are looking for, and let me give you an example of how you can demonstrate this. So something that you can say is, through a volunteer program, I taught English to refugee children from various countries. This experience exposed me to challenges faced by individuals uprooted from their homes and cultures. I actively sought to understand their unique backgrounds, beliefs, and struggles. By incorporating culturally relevant teaching materials and promoting cultural exchange activities, I witnessed children's increased confidence and their growing appreciation for diversity. The next thing that they are looking for is open-mindedness. So what are the things that you have to do? You have to discuss experiences where you've been open to new ideas, perspectives, and cultural practices. You also have to demonstrate instances where you've actively sought to have diverse points of views and opinions. So those are the type of things that they are looking for in this open-mindedness. So now let me give you an example on what you should say when you come across this question. As part of the Model United Nations Conference, I was assigned to represent a country with different perspectives from my own. Rather than approaching the assignment with preconceived notion, I engaged in extensive research, sought out delegates with diverse viewpoints, and listened attentively to their arguments during negotiations. This experience challenged my assumptions and broadened my understanding of complex global issues. It taught me the importance of open-mindedness, respectful dialogue, and the value of considering alternative viewpoints. The last thing in this ideal candidate and how you are going to create yourself as this ideal candidate to get this scholarship is you need to demonstrate entrepreneurial spirit. So they're talking about shared instances where you demonstrated entrepreneurial thinking, such as identifying opportunities, taking calculated risks, or creating innovative solutions. Discuss experiences where you have shown resilience, adaptability, and willingness to learn from failures. You need to highlight projects or initiatives where you demonstrated creativity, resourcefulness, and a proactive mindset. And of course, I'm going to give you an example on how you should structure this, okay? So let's go. It says here, inspired by my passion for sustainable agriculture, I co-founded a community-based urban farming initiative. We transformed vacant city lots into productive gardens, engaging local residents and schools in the process. Through fundraising, community outreach, strategic partnerships, we secured resources, provided education on organic farming techniques, and distributed fresh produce to undeserved communities. So as you can see, this is the North Star candidate they are looking for, and you should make sure that you can show them how much of this you embody in order to get the scholarship. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please consider subscribing to this channel and share the video with a friend, a brother, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, someone in your local church, someone in your local community. Share the video with them. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Cheers.